The biggest reason I decided to come, I wanted to create a permanent endowment or a foundation that bought properties which would contribute its returns to charity. So I wanted to create something that would outlive me. And I came here to understand how to acquire properties that would be profitable, so that these profits can then outlive me and continue to contribute to society. That's how my life will change. My name is Faz. I'm a business coach and an investor. Before this course, I was investing primarily in stocks, shares. Because I didn't know what I didn't know, I felt that property investment was something that was out of reach and really reserved only for people with either a lot of money or people who could declare an income where they could get a loan, and that it would be hard to get positive cash flow from properties in Singapore, because clearly I didn't know what I didn't know. And after coming to the course, all those myths were completely smashed for me. If you look at a lot of the normal financial assets, right, like stocks and shares, it's very intangible, it's very abstract. And you talk about property, you're talking about real estate. It's something that you can touch, you can feel. It's a tangible asset and tangible assets are a lot less likely to go to zero. I think it's a much safer asset class, but being safer doesn't mean that it doesn't give you good returns, because the way that you finance real estate actually gives you a lot better returns than you would expect. I've known Mark for just over half a decade. If there's one thing about Marco, it's in the declarations. He always gives more than he expects to return, if he expects anything in return in the first place. He's a man with so much heart. Before I got married, I hadn't even come to this course yet, and I just went to him and asked him about, for some advice with regards to what should I do with my property situation and so on and so forth. And he gave me advice that made me a decent chunk of change. But over and above that, I believe that more than 5 years that I've known him and seen him grow his community, the number of success stories that he has is absolutely undeniable. So the biggest breakthrough I had from the course is the limitations that I set on myself. Like, for example, I might not have enough cash for a down payment, or I might not be able to secure a loan or financing for a property. All of these myths were completely smashed, and these were things that held me back before. And now that they are no longer there, I think there's absolutely nothing stopping me from making investments in property. I've set myself a target of acquiring 5 units in the next 12 months, and hopefully being able to accelerate that growth over the next 3 years. I personally believe that everybody should attend it, simply because everybody needs a roof over their head. So if you're going to buy property, or you're going to rent property to live, then you're going to need to understand how it works. And nobody teaches you this in formal education. So everybody needs to come so they can learn how to best manage the roof that they have over their heads, and so that they can then understand how to use that technique to help other people. Thank you, Marco and friends.